To get some practice using navigation controllers and Storyboard, we're going to build a make-your-own-adventure app. It will look like this. It begins with the first line of a story, and the user gets to choose what happens next. So here we've got a tiger, and I think she should stalk to the door and peek down the hallway. So we press that button, and it leads to the next part of the story. Let's work through the steps to make this app. Even though this app will have multiple views, I'm starting with the single view template because it's the simplest. The first thing I'll do is delete this view controller that was automatically generated. Then I'll drag in a navigation controller. If you look in this automatically generated root view controller, you'll see that it has a table view, but we don't need a table view for this app, so let's go ahead and delete that as well. Then drag in another view controller, and we're going to set that to be the root view controller. I do that by bringing up the pop-up menu for the navigation controller and dragging this root view controller property to this view controller I just brought in. Then I drag in a text view for the story text and 2 buttons for the choices. Making sure to set the appropriate constraints, of course. This view is the first in a series that have the same UI components. So once I've got this text view and these buttons set up the way I like them, I'm just going to copy and paste the whole view controller. I can do that by drawing a rectangle around the view controller like this. Careful, that second view controller appears right on top, but it is there. Once we have our 2 new view controllers, we can add some more text for the next part of the story. To segue from one screen to the next, I bring up the connections menu for each button and add a triggered segue, like this. Let's run it and see what we've got so far. I'm getting a black screen. That's not what I want, but I have a guess at why it's happening. I need to make sure my navigation controller is set as the initial view controller. So I go into my attributes inspector and I click this is initial view controller. Let's try it again. Okay, much better. So you can see I need to adjust my constraints a little bit on the buttons, but we've got a good start to our story. Now repeat these steps on your own, and for more details and notes on how to polish up the app, consult the upcoming reading node.